Speaking of which, I read somewhere that you were very taken with that quote from Citizen Kane, where the guy says that he glimpsed this girl getting off the Staten Island ferry. Never saw her again, but there wasn't a day went by in 20 years when he didn't think of her. Is that how you see women? Mysterious, elusive?
Well, the women in Hope and Glory were earthy and raunchy enough, weren't they?
They were your mother and aunt and sisters. They probably disgusted you. So, you reach out for this idea of woman, sort of distant and unattainable and therefore safe. And also she has to carry all this symbolic baggage, like she's Mother Nature and Isis, the Lady of the Lake, etc. I mean, do you really believe all this mystical stuff?
This is disastrous. Can't you stop it? Can't you rewind it? Can't you make her how we want her to be? Start again?
Have you ever actually had a mystical experience?
You can't see him, can you?
Who? Are you having me on?
No.
You call yourself a Jungian. Wasn't Carl Jung just a convenient scientific justification for your pet ideas about man's alienation from nature, Merlin as a magician mediator, the quest for the Holy Grail, all those woolly notions about harmony and oneness?
Do I get a chance to answer some of these questions?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, let's take Merlin, for example. Yes, he's very real to me. He lives in my imagination. We converse.
But has he ever appeared? Physically? Like, in this room?
No, of course not.
No, so it's all so much fantasy and whimsy.
You can't see him, can you? It's actually him.
You pulled that one already.
No, really.
Look, I absolutely do not believe that you can possibly exist.
You are not yourself.
I know. I'm not like this. I'm someone else.
All men are liars, and you have devoted your life to finding them out.
Yes. But it's turned me into someone I don't like.
It's a terrible thing not to feel at home in your own skin, to be a stranger in a strange land. You are not alone. So it was with me. So it is with him. But you came to the right place. Not far from here is Glendalough. Long ago, a man called Kevin came there. He also was lost to himself.
In the 6th century, the man Kevin came to this remote place and lived up here as a hermit in a tiny cell and stared at the lake and meditated. Such was his reputation that he attracted hundreds of fervent followers and a great monastery grew up. Probably Kevin came here because the Druids had founded a holy place before him. So what was the power it possessed? What was Kevin doing? Praying, I suppose. But why here? And why did this supremely passive act arouse such wild excitement? His disciples knew he was onto something. Glendalough is one of the essential tourist stops in Ireland. They are told it is a holy place, the holiest of all even. They flock here, as Kevin's followers did. When they arrive, they're disappointed. They look at the lake, hoping to feel something. But there is no ritual, no ceremony to help them. At shrines all over the world, you see the same blank expressions as the secular present peers at the magical past. Is it quite dead? That past?
I dreamt I was trying to reach Kevin's bed. I knew if I could only get there, some important mystery would be revealed. Can you hear that?
No, what?
There's a great force coming from the lake.
I often come here hoping to feel
Surely you can feel it. It's terrifying. A great force was coming from the lake. It was, how can I describe it? Like naked power. It was terrifying because it had no purpose, no objective. Not good, not evil. It was just itself. And I understood that what the druids and the monks were doing was to harness that power to the cause of good. And now, nobody is watching. Nobody cares. And it is running wild, blind, destructive.
And in other lives. And you will. The word is not.
Cannot stop it. It happened long ago. Before Kevin. Before the Druids. It is the wound.
How can we heal the wound, Merlin?
Ah, there's the question.
There must be something I can do.
Well, you made this film.
Nice reading, Stan. Okay, cut. It's a wrap. Be careful of the furniture when you take the equipment out, will you? Thank you very much, everybody.